Hey everyone, it's Flack88. Welcome back to Operation Drago. It is 11.3 Soviet Global. Alright, let's get into it. First off, we have some housekeeping, and thank you to Captain G for catching the housekeeping that I forgot to declare in 11.1. So, much appreciated. No housekeeping from 11.2, but I do have some remaining housekeeping from 11.1 that I will roll now. First up, we have we have Theater Nuclear Release for Warsaw Pact. That battlefield nuclear attack in East Germany carries over round to round. It is it does stack. So here we go. We got one die at 11 or higher. Gives successful theater release. Oh, it's close. Close, but no cigar. All right, and then next we have a recruitment roll for Libya. 3 or less, and that's a 5. And that's a miss. Miss. Okay, all right. Well, let's get right into some tech. We've got 4 tech to roll for. We're gonna go for PGMs number 1, seed number 8, advanced sonar number 11, and try to finish off advanced manufacturing, and I'm thinking that I might double that up here. Yes. Yeah. Let's double that. Let's take the advanced sonar die and make that another red. So, all right, cool beans. I got some new colors of dice from HBG, so that's kind of fun. I'm gonna try some out now. All right, so we're gonna double up advanced manufacturing. I just saw that, so let's do that. Looks like my double dice didn't work. And my new dice from HPG roll low, so this is 0 for 4 on tech. Thus goes my tech luck this entire game. Pretty pitiful. That's okay. All right, so we had 81 to spend. We're spending all 81. We're going to upgrade to air cav for 8. Send 2 artillery to Warsaw Pact for 12. Build a SAM for 3. And I'm bad at math, so I don't add these up as I go. I probably could do that preemptively, but I don't. So 17, we have a next-gen SAM and 2 MBTs. We got our free frigate down in the Indian Ocean. For 15, we're going to do 2 MBTs and a SAM. For 8, we're going to build a naval fighter on the carrier. For 12, we're going to drop 2 attack helos. For 6, we're going to do a SAM and a light infantry. All in total, that's 19 units. Not bad. We're going to collect our 15 different cruise missiles and 15 different types of anti-ship missiles. And our 5 cruise missiles. So you will notice that I chipped out my stacks. They were getting rather large, so they were a little obnoxious. So chip those out. Running out of grade chips as well. So all right, let's get into our attacks. I've got a lot of non-combats, but we've got a couple attacks. All right, let's get a good spot here without knocking over too much. Very good. We are attacking Eastern Czech because our Warsaw Pact IRBMs are at risk. Sneaky little Anthony is trying to flank my main forces here in Western Poland. That Captain G, he's a strategic guy. So anyway, we are going to come in with forces from Western Ukraine consisting of 1 next gen, 1 MBT, 1 artillery doing battlefield nukes. And it's kind of hard to see from this angle, but Western Ukraine borders Smolensk. So we're going to take the 3 MBTs and the SAM from Smolensk. They're going to go 1, 2 right into Eastern Czech. From Eastern Poland, we're going to take the 2 next gens, the SAM, and 1 MBT. From Eastern Poland, we're going to take 3 MBTs, 2 next gens, and we're going to leave that SAM that's there, but we're going to take the air cav. All right, very good. All right, that's all on this little placard here so I don't lose count. And then we've got 5 cruise missiles coming in. Oops. And we're going to fire 2 from the strategic bomber here in Western Ukraine. 1. There is a major air base in Western Ukraine. The major air base in Leningrad, and a major air base. Oh my goodness, I might have made a goof here. I may. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Nope. Excuse me, there's a major air base in Moscow. I think I misspoke on my declaration there, but that's still in range. So from Moscow, 1, 2, 3, west, or East Czech, excuse me. So from the major air base, the ground launch cruise missiles in Leningrad, Moscow, and Western Ukraine. That'll make 5 cruise missiles. Very good. Okay, let's pull off the defenders. We got 9 MX, 2 MBTs, 3 bloody SAMs. Golly, those things are pain in the butt, and 2 artillery. All right, very good. Attack number 2 is way up north, where there hasn't been a lot of action. From my fleet task force here, we're going to take over 2 destroyers, 2 Yak 38s, and 2 ASW Helos that will pair with the destroyers to attack these 2 subs, 1 US and 1 NATO. And unfortunately for Captain G, the 3 ASW Helos will unfortunately have to retire because they will not have any targets. All right, and that is our attacks. So let's sneak on over here. If I can get a nice open view here. All right, we'll put this all on the battle board. Actually, before I forget, I forgot to move Captain G's scrambling units. Almost forgot. All right, so he's scrambling the air superiority fighter from Bavaria, very sneaky, and the NATO fighter from West Czech. Okay, and that will make a still forgetting things. I am also attacking with the 2 attack bombers in Western Ukraine. Hence, Captain G's probably hence his scrambling. He wants to kill those things, so. All right, very good. Okay, so attacker, we've got no terrain. We're going into slot number 6 for 5 next gens. That might be a record. I don't think I've ever attacked anything with 5 next gens before. 1 air cav, 4, To attack bombers, they would be rolling battlefield nukes, so they will be rolling 777s if they can survive the NATO first strike. We got 5 cruise missiles coming in. We've got 2 SAMs. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 MBTs, and 1 artillery rolling battlefield nukes up here in the first strike box. Defending, we've got 2 artillery defending in the first strike box, 3 SAMs. Unfortunately for me, I do not have seeds, so I cannot suppress them from first strike. But one of these SAMs will be doing missile defense. If I can find a sculpt here. Here we go. Here's a US sculpt, that'll work. And the other 2 will be doing air defense. We've got 9 mechs at 5. 2 MBTs at 4. Air superiority fighter at 7 and a fighter at 6 that will be doing air superiority. Alrighty. I will assign dice, but let's roll the first strike and all that fun stuff first. So, first, we'll roll AMD. So I've got 5 missiles coming in that'll max out the AMD capacity of 1 SAM. So here's 1 SAM worth of AMD, 4 less shoots on a missile. And that's 11, 11, 4. So I will lose 1 missile. Very good. All right, so now we've got 2 NATO artillery, 1 Soviet artillery, and 6 NATO SAM. All right, so let's do NATO artillery in blue. This is a nerve-wracking die roll here. And let's do, I got purple, that's pretty close to blue. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We got 6 NATO SAM dice at 2. The artillery at 3. And then we'll go in red. I'll do this black. Red with black ink. Those are kind of cool. And those are my artillery at 3. And I'll do the regular red dice. At 4. Or excuse me, at 5. And those are my cruise missiles. All right. Here we go. Just to show the dice clarifications there. Here we go. All right, so starting with the attacker, red dice, we got 1 cruise missile hit, 2 cruise missile hits, 3 cruise missile hits, and those are first strike. So I will put 3 down on the first strike. There is no first strike. But I'll put 3 down to the side for Soviet first strikes. Now down to artillery. We'll move this over. We got a 2 and a 3 with the black ink dice. That's 2 more. That brings us up to 5. That's not bad. All right, this guy's a miss. Okay. All right, looking at the purple. Purple was SAM air defense. I see a 1 and a 2. That's awful. I don't like that. So that's 2 air superiority, but they're first strike. So we're going to lose an attack bomber and an air cav, which is most sad. All right, and left, what's left is the blue dice for artillery for NATO, and we got 1, 3, 7, 5, 6, 9, 7. All right, so they got one first strike hit. All right, so very good. All right, so let's pull off first strikes. All right, so I'll pull off mine first. We're gonna lose an air cav. And unfortunately, we're gonna lose an $11 high rolling attack bomber because I do not have enough fluff. Even if I were to send an airborne, you can't take airborne first, so you gotta take those last. So shoot darn, and one further casualty we will take, and this is first strike. Oh boy. I think we're gonna just take a MBT. All right, so that's done. Let me look at the CAS list for Captain G. So we're gonna take 1, 2, 3 SAMs, which is smart, and then both artillery, which is smart. Most effective casualties since they already rolled. Very good. Okay, so let's move on. Moving on. Let's assign some dice here. So we've got yeah, I do have enough of these. All right, as an orange, we'll do 2s for the SAMs, and they have 2 dice each because of the 2 NATO aircraft. It's time for payback there, NATO. All right, so let's do 4 for the MBTs. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't have enough of those, so we'll change that to ivory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we'll make that ivory. That's a new color. All right, and let's do this gold color in 6 for the next gens. Very good, and we'll do red for that attack bomber. 3 at 7. All right, so defending, we got 9 mechs. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll do those in blue. They're at a 5. And then we got 2 MBTs at 4. And then we'll do a fighter with this hot pink and a 7 for the air superiority in purple. Okay, all right. It's tedious, but it does speed up and cleans up the congestion of these busy rolls. All right. You hear me rolling the dice. Here we're shaking. Here we go. Oh boy. All right. All right. So let's start with attackers. Orange dice. This one is slightly cocked, but it's barely. So Sam missed on all 4 dice. Bummer. All right, next to ivory, we're looking for MBTs at a 4 or less. So we got a 1, that's a target select. Another 1, that's another target select. F4. All right, so the 11, the 9, and the 12 are all misses. All right, so I'm gonna mark target select, surface land target select 2, and general CAS 1. All right, so next up, we got the gold. So there's a 6, that's a general. A 2, that's a target select. A 5, that's a general. And a 12 and an 11, those are misses. All right, so we'll move up target select up to 3. And general up to 3. Very good. All right, and reds. Reds are the battlefield nuke attack bomber. We got a 7. And a 4. That is 2 more hits. So we'll move the general up to 5. All right, so defenders. Oop, this ivory, that's a 5, that's nice. All right, so defenders. Looks like we got a 7 with the air superiority. That's most unfortunate. We're gonna lose that other attack bomber. It's a nice scramble, Captain G. The fighter missed with this 12. 1 MBT got a hit, so that's 1 general hit on a 4, not target select. And the mechs, I see a lot of low numbers. We got a 2, 3, 3, 5, 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits. Cripes. Alright, so that's up to 6 general hits. Oofta. That was pretty well bloody on both sides, I have to say. Alright, so let's take our own casualties first. We're gonna lose 6, so we got... Ooh. Let's do... Oh man. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna lose 6 MBTs. Very sad. And the attack bomber, also very sad. That's okay. We got a lot of money. We'll buy some more. Captain G's probably like, yeah, you're just bragging now. All right, so target select. We're going to target select 3 mechs because they defend the highest. So that's that 3. And then 5 more hits. We're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, very good. All right, so we'll take that off, we'll take that off. So our artillery is gonna slide down. Our SAMs are gonna retire. The fighter will now be regular, and the air superiority fighter has no targets and will retire. Okay, so we'll take that off. We'll put the hot pink 6 up here. We'll make this guy 3, 4. Okay. All right. So we got 1 orange. We got 1 ivory. We've got 5 black and gold against 3 blues and a hot pink. All right. Here we go. Round 2. Okay, so orange missed with a 4. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can see this a little bit better. Okay. Very good. So orange missed with a 4. Ivory missed with an 8. Black and gold, we got a 1, a 3, and a 5. So that's 2 target selects, but it's irrelevant because there's only 1 type left. So we're going to put 3 general hits. And the golds, those are miss. Okay. In defense, looks like we got a 5. We got a 3. Or excuse me, got a 1. And the fighter also got a hit, so that's 3 hits. 3 and 3. All right. Well, it looks like we're going to take an artillery, an MBT, and a next gen. And NATO is going to take 3 mechs. All right. The battle continues. We got 4 next gens against 1 fighter. Just gotta keep going. Gotta kill those airplanes. So here we go. Okay, so it looks like we each got a hit again. The dice are just splitting this one in half. It's bloody, bloody, bloody. So air superiority fighter and the fighter are gone. We'll lose 1 next gen. Oofta. So we have 3 next gens and 2 SAMs surviving. It's starting to look like maybe I should have taken one of those SAMs as a casualty, but how do you know? How do you know? All right, so we're going to take West Czech with 2 SAMs, 3 next gens. Killed a bunch of NATO stuff, though. We're going to move Warsaw back up to 11, since we we liberated that territory for them. Outstanding. All right, oofta. That was kind of a long, drawn-out battle. So let's move over to A4, where we have... Oh, we've got 10% battery left. We got to roll this. Game's got to... Or this turn's got to get done here, so... All right. The Yaks and the ASWs for NATO are irrelevant, so I'll take my attacking ASWs, which attack at a 3. The defender may be defending. We'll see. He's going to silent run if I miss. And then the 2 destroyers. 4, okay. Okay, so let's get some different dice here. Let's do green. Green sounds fun. All right, and let's do this color again. I like that. 4. All right, so we got 2 at 4 and 3 at 3, or excuse me, 2 at 3. Goodness sakes, they only paired to 1-1 anyway, so that was wrong. All right, so here we go. Here's the attack, and we got a 4 with the destroyer, and a 6 and a 10, and this one is pretty cocked, so I will roll that one again. And that is a 6, so no harm, no foul. So we got 1 hit, and Captain G opted to defend, or take the diesel electric. So here we go, diesel electric at 3, shooting back, and that's a 12. Okay, so we'll take the diesel off. The US sub will run deep, as Captain G ordered it to do. Silent run. Blah. These ASW helos are now gone. I just opted to not move them over. They were auto killed by these fighters here, since they retired. Okay, so I'm gonna put those fighters back, those Yak 38s back on the task card, and grab those destroyers and ASW helos here quick. Very good, very good, very good. Take that out, and we're gonna move into A4. Outstanding. Okay. Whew. That was a lot, everyone. All right. Combat is done. Let's move into non-combat. And we've got a lot. We've got a lot. And I must take a seat for this. Very good. Okay. We are zoomed out already. Okay. All right. So a few turns ago, you probably remember this Yak 38 was moved over here to West Libya. We're going to non-combat move him 1, 2, 3, 4 to the Naval Air Station in Djibouti, which is owned by Warsaw Pact. Fun, fun. All right. The aircraft that's in Sudan was going to move over to Macau to avoid any more nasty cruise missiles coming his way. All right. Trying to knock over my Israel blow box here. Okay, so from Macau, we're going to load up the Marine and the mech onto the AS amphibious assault ship. And it, along with the entire fleet here in I6, excuse me, is going to go 1, 2, 3 down here to, what is this? Officially I5. It's officially I5. All right, and they're going to drop those units off in Macau. Macau's getting a little busy. All right, very good. I'll move those frigates down as well. That's 5, 6, 7, 8 frigates. Very nice. It's a nice little fleet. One destroyer and a carrier that will take along its naval fighter. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. From Baghdad, there is 3 fighters there. All 3 of those fighters are going to go 1 into Shiraz, 2 I6, 3 Eastern Saudi, and 4 into Macau. And I will chip these out considering there are 4 fighters here now. Very good, very good. Okay, and from let me get some of my arrows out of the way here. I'll move in a little closer here too. All right, very good. A little easier to see everything. Okay, and I'm going to start way up here, a little bit off camera. Maybe I'll move this down a smidge. I'm going to start a army card for Baghdad. I'm going to move a ton of stuff into there. So Baghdad, army card, very good. So we've got 2 MBTs there already. We're going to move the 2 MBTs up from Basra. So I'm just going to grab another chip. I know everyone loves watching non-combat, but it is a necessary part of the game. So that's from Basra. We're going to move the 2 light infantry down from Mosul. Very good. 2 MBTs from eastern Iran. 1, 2. That does border. And you're probably going, what in the world? Those are mountains. Well, non-combat does not affect any sort of mountain penalty on movement. Or mountain penalty does not affect non-combat movement. So they're able to move 1, 2 from eastern Iran. And same for Tehran. We're going to move 1 mech, 2 artillery, 2 more MBTs in a SAM. 1, 2 into Baghdad, excuse me. All right, from Tabriz, we got 2 attack helos and air cav, a mech, and an artillery. Okay. All right, I'm gonna chip out these MBTs. I'm starting to run out of MBT sculpts, so I gotta make the best of what I have. All right. Also makes it a little easier to count at the end for disposition and whatnot. And it's kind of menacing to have a nice big stack there, eh? Psychological warfare for the win. Okay, and 3 artillery, I'll chip those out. I got a bunch of chips here on the sideline now after that big battle, so. Okay, so that is all in Baghdad. Very good. All right. Moving up top. We're going to slide the SAM that was left over in Eastern Ukraine, or Western Ukraine, excuse me, into Romania. We're going to take 1 airborne out of Western Ukraine and land him down here in Oman via airlift. Use those little pink dice to help me remember that. Okay. And then lastly, we've got 1 more airlift. We're going to take the Marine out of Moscow and put him down in Macaw. Stupendous, stupendous. Okay, sliding up top. We've got an attack helo in Murmansk. He's being reassigned. 1, 2. Oh, how we do this? 1, 2, 3. He's going to come down here to Eastern Poland. The MBT and the SAM in Leningrad are going to go 1, 2 to Eastern Poland. And moving up north, now that we've cleared the C-Zone A4 of subs, we're going to take the task force, with the exception of one diesel electric sub. We're going to leave him there in where should we put that guy? We're going to move him up here to A8. And then the task force will be up here in A4. And these are Soviet ASW helos. And then we've got that NATO, or excuse me, that US sub on silent running. Okay. Looking around, I think that is it for non-combat. Don't have to move the strategic bomber back. It didn't go anywhere. Losing 2 attack bombers was kind of hard to see, but that was kind of a risky one there. So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, we took out a good chunk, good substantial NATO force. So. All right, let's go ahead and place units, and I've got a lot of chaos here down here by my build plate. Number 1, we've got 3 MBTs and a SAM is going to go to Smolensk. Very good. Number 2, we've got a salmon and light infantry. That's going down here to Macaw, and that's getting busy. Number 3, let me set this camera down. Oh, just hit Israel with the stand. Oh, the 2 air cav upgrades are going to happen in Macaw. There's 2 infantry that I put there last turn. We're going to give them the equipment to be upgraded to air cavs. Very good. And I used my advisors to do that. All right, very good. 2 attack helos we'll put down there on the air base. So I'm using the build capacity of the air base to build those 2 attack helos. The air cav upgrades simply need to be in a land zone with an air base, but it does not use the capacity. Number 4, we're going to put a SAM in Baghdad. Number 3, I was up here, Western Ukraine. We're going to build a next gen, a SAM, and 2 MBTs. It's becoming a war of attrition up here. Oh, let's move back down here. Let's do this in order. We're going to put the naval fighter on that carrier down in I-5. And that frigate we're going to put in I-6. Scoot over. I-6, a little busy, but there we got a frigate. Just a lonely little frigate. And then, up here in Western Poland, we're going to put 2 artillery, which after removing those incorrectly placed artillery last turn, that brings us up to 6 artillery in Western Poland. Okay. And they weren't placed there via the army base, they were placed via military aid from Moscow. We're going to use the major army base in Moscow, since that is an army base that was not used to build anything else. All right, very good. Let's move on to, I'll put those chips for missiles down. Off camera, since there's a lot. All right, so let's collect some income. We've got 57, 57. Our computers is 7. Our bonus income is 21. I don't have to recount that. I believe that is the same. Better double check it, I suppose. All right. Let me get all the wrong dice off here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right, very good. So that is confirmed, 21. All right, and let's roll our global support. All right, let's use this light blue. I haven't used that one this turn. Global support, and that's a 4. 4, I believe, is still middle of the road. So I'll take off 4. Okay. Ah. All right, very good. 4 leaves us with 7, 81. Leaves us with exactly what we had last turn, 81. Very good. No tech changes. Battlefield nukes do go up 1. We'll go up to 6. And I'll talk about VPs at the end as well. But let's move into... No, that is it. That's it. Let's talk about VPs, yeah? So Captain G did a really good job about talking about VPs up here. It is pretty close. Warsaw Pact has none. Soviet Global has 4, 5, 6. NATO has 8, US has another 2, so it's looking like 6 to 10 without deductions, and NATO has no deductions. If they lose a country, they lose 2 VPs each. And to count VPs towards a country, it's got to be 2/3 of the land zones in that country. So you'll notice that some land zones have 1, or some countries have 1 land zone, some have 7. Iceland, for example, has only 1, whereas Turkey has 3. So taking 2/3 would take 2 VPs from each. So this is why Israel and Egypt are definitely in the crosshairs for victory points. Europe's looking pretty tough for Team Red to push off, but we'll give it our effort, eh? And that's it for VPs. If nukes start flying, damaged facilities and cities definitely are also reducers for victory points. So another reason to have restraint when wanting to hit the nuclear button. For sure, got to think of the long game. All right, with that, we'll end it here at 46 minutes. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll move into disposition. Take care. All right, Captain G, where do we start? All right, let's start down here, I suppose. Clear as mud. Okay, zoom in a little bit here. All right, so we got a Yak-38 in Djibouti. We've got an airborne in Oman. We've got, looks like 3 attack helos and 3 air cav in Macau. 2 Marines, 1 airborne, 1 light infantry, 2 mechs, and a SAM. Along with along with 4 fighters and an air superiority fighter. In I-5, we've got a carrier, 2 naval fighters, 8 frigates, 2 destroyers, a cruiser, and 2 amphibious assault ships. And there's a frigate up here in I-6. In Baghdad, I moved everything out of the Middle East. It's empty except Baghdad. All right. Sorry, just thinking there. In Baghdad, we have 8 MBTs, 2 SAMs, 2 light infantry, 2 mechs, 3 artillery, 2 attack helos, and 1 air cav. Anatolia did not change. Nothing over here changed. I did move a Soviet SAM into Romania. Western Ukraine, we've got 2 airborne, a strategic bomber, 2 MBTs, a next gen, and a SAM. In Smolensk, we've got 3 MBTs and a SAM. In Western Czech, we've got 3 MBTs and 2 SAMs. In Eastern Poland, we can't see that. Eastern Poland, we've got an MBT, a SAM, and an attack helo. And up here in Western Poland, we've got 1 SAM. Everything else is NATO. 6 artillery there for Warsaw Pact. Excuse me, I said NATO. I meant Warsaw Pact. And then up north, we've got a diesel electric and A8. And then we've got the Naval Task Force here. Look how nice that looks. We've got we got 2 Kirovs, heavy aircraft cruiser, 2 frigates, 2 cruisers, 2 destroyers, 2 diesel electrics, 2 ASW helos, 2 Yak-38s, and 1 Victor 3 nuclear attack sub. The Infused Assault ship still up here in A9. Very good. Sorry, flashed off the table. There's some old uniforms up there. All right. That is all I have for 11.3. It's turn 11 and the big nukes have not started flying yet. But we're getting close. All it takes is one person to go stage 3 SDI and the other gets countervalue, counterforce release, excuse me. Counterforce release. Very good. All right, that's where I'm sitting. Take care, everyone.